Hello, today we are going to dissect a daffodil. First thing I'm going to do is write a title on my piece of paper. I'm going to call this Parts of the Daffodil. Now, if you think about the word dissect, the prefix is die. Does anyone know what that means? Yeah, it's another word for two. And sect, you can hear that root word in words like section, and it basically means to cut into different sections. So we're going to take a daffodil, and there's many different kinds. I'm going to use the big one because I think you can see it a little bit better. And start by removing the stem below the spathe. It's got some water in it. It's good, nice and healthy. Actually, the scissors probably will work better for that part. And you can use this is a sort of a cheese spreader or a butter spreader. And if you just push a little, it will cut right into the stem and open it up right down the middle. Don't push too hard or it'll cut all the way through. And here, you can kind of unroll the stem and look at the inside and how it's just like a straw, it's hollow. Then we can attach that to our paper with tape. And we can write our label. Stem is a good, easy one to spell. Let's see. Now, this papery part is called the spathe. It's a silent E word. If you're really careful, you can just remove it without using your scissors or your knife. It's pretty fragile. And we're going to attach that here. Actually, I might put it down low because it's underneath the flower. I try to put this in the same order that the flower is. And then I'll give that a label. Spathe. And then I need the silent E to make that A say its name. If you're watching this video and doing it at home, you can pause in between each step if you need a little bit more time. Now, you'll notice a swollen section of the stem right here. That is called the ovary. It's interesting because a flower has an ovary, and so does a female human or many other female animals. And the ovary is where the eggs are stored. In a flower, those eggs are seeds. So you can remove the ovary and then carefully with your knife slice it open, and inside you will find some very tiny little spherical objects that are the seeds of the daffodil. So what I'm going to do is use my knife tip to carefully scrape a few of those seeds out. It's not that easy because it's so slippery. And I'm going to put some seeds down here on my chart. You probably can't see those from there. And then I'm going to put the ovary here too. I'm going to tape the ovary on, and I'm going to tape the seeds on because they can get lost very easily. And I'm going to give those both a title: ovary and ovules. Okay, now we've got just the flower here. So if you look carefully, you'll see that there are some larger petals underneath, and just slightly tucked inside them are some slightly smaller sepals. So I'm just with my fingers going to carefully pull off the petals, which are slightly larger and underneath. And you could use scissors if you want. I kind of enjoy the feeling of pulling them off. There's 3 petals. And, oh gosh, am I gonna run out of room? I hope not. I have the other 3 that look very much like the petals, are called sepals. They're even spelled very much like petals. I love that about that word, sepals. All right. Sepals. Okay, let's see what we have left. So this looks very much like a crown that might be worn by a fairy. And the word for it actually means crown, and that is corona. Interesting right now, as the coronavirus is such a big topic of conversation. I'm going to use my scissors this time and just cut the corona open. And look what is inside it. Those with the brown tips are the stamens. And this piece that fell out when I opened it is called the pistil. This is the male part of the flower. And the stamens are the female part of the flower. And they have pollen. It looks like the pollen may have kind of dried up on these because I picked this yesterday. But usually you can see a little bit of yellow powder. So I'm going to tape the pistil. Actually, I'm going to save that space for the corona. I think I'll put the pistil right here. And let's see, these stamens, you could cut them out again, but they will come out pretty easily if you just remove them with your fingers. Look closely at them to see if you can spot some pollen. These are just kind of dried up. There's 6 of them. I think I'm just going to put one piece of tape across all those stamens. And then the last one I have is this beautiful orange corona. I'm going to put it here and tape it to my paper and see how much it resembles a crown. And then give it a label. Hope you enjoyed dissecting a daffodil as much as I did. If you don't have daffodils in your own yard, you probably have some in your neighborhood, and if you can politely ask one of your neighbors, they might let you have one to dissect. Enjoy the rest of your day.